No wonder aquatic ecosystems are some of the most valuable and productive resources in the entire world. The bounty of life found in the ocean feeds the world. All of those fish, plants, and marine animals are the base of many of our global food webs. But it is not just the source of food. Plants in our aquatic ecosystems produce over half of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere. Water that evaporated from our oceans becomes the fresh water that falls as rain, even in some of the world's driest places. Without our oceans, we absolutely could not survive. Although oceans, lakes, and other aquatic ecosystems may seem like endless resources, although oceans, lakes, and other aquatic ecosystems may seem like endless resources, our world is much smaller than you may think. As human populations grow, pollution and overfishing are destroying many of our important aquatic ecosystems. The water that flows throughout the world sustains life on this planet, and protecting it should be one of our highest priorities. The water that flows throughout the world sustains life on this planet, and protecting its why there's protecting all of a sudden. Protecting it should be one of our highest priorities. Okay. Phytoplankton producers. Humpback whale. Zooplankton. Copods? Mackerels. Bluefin tuna. Krill. Herring. The ecosystem of open ocean, okay? The open waters of ocean. The open waters of the ocean have been called the Great Blue Desert, where crowded coastal waters end. The open ocean begins, covering more than 70% of our planet's surface. Although open water forms the largest surface area on our planet, only 10% of marine species live in there. Not many nutrients are found in the open ocean because that matter sinks to the ocean floor to decompose. Okay, what the surface does have though is hard-working microscopic algae called phytoplankton, which create oxygen through photosynthesis. They are the basis of almost the entire ocean's food chain. Occasionally, a whaling or a stone will bring nutrition from the bottom to the ocean to the surface, creating an algae bloom followed by a feeding frenzy of marine animals. The open waters of the ocean have been called the Great Blue Desert, where crowded coastal waters and the open oceans begins, covering more than 70% of our planet's surface. Although open water forms the largest surface area on our planet, Only 10% of marine species live there. Not many nutrients are found in the open ocean because that matter sinks to the ocean floor to decompose. What the surface does have, though, is hard-working microscopic algae called phytoplankton, which create oxygen through photosynthesis. They are the basis of almost the entire ocean's food chain. Occasionally, an upwelling or a storm will bring nutrients from the bottom of the ocean up to the surface, creating an algae bloom, followed by a feeding frenzy for marine animals. The animals that call the open seas home need to be powerful and fast. They travel from one end of the ocean to the other in search of food and mating grounds. Strong swimmers like whales, dolphins, and marine turtles navigate the ocean's currents, which act like underwater rivers. Underneath the ocean's surface is a dimly lit twilight zone where the animals have evolved to be stealthy. Daytime diurnal daytime animals live in this zone, usually come to the surface to eat plants and scavenge. At night, twilight zone predators will swim toward the surface to hunt their prey, usually luring them with fluorescent and bioluminescent markings. The sea may seem endless, but they are not an inexhaustible resource. We need to take from our oceans responsibly if we hope to preserve them for the future. The animals that called the open seas home lived to be powerful and fast. They travel from one end of the ocean to the other in search of food and mating grounds. Strong swimmers like whales, dolphins, and marine turtles navigate the ocean's currents, which act like underwater rivers. Underneath the ocean's surface is a dimly lit twilight zone where the animals have evolved to be stealthy. Diurnal daytime animals that live in this zone usually come to the surface to eat plants or scavenge. At night, twilight zone predators will swim toward the surface to hunt their prey, usually luring them with fluorescent and bioluminescent markings. The seas may seem endless, but they are not an inexhaustible resource. We need to take from our oceans responsibly if we hope to preserve them for the future. The biggest benefits, the open ocean is the beating heart of the entire world. The deep blue waters absorb over half of the sunlight heat that hits the earth, and evaporation of seawater is vital to create rain that distributes fresh water worldwide. The different hot and cold ocean currents also control weather patterns and climate for the entire planet. Most importantly, the water's surface supports phytoplankton, which produce over half of the atmosphere's oxygen. The bluefin tuna can accelerate as fast as a sports car and can reach speeds of 47 miles per hour. Oh, there's just so many new English words. Crustaceans and squid in the open ocean have clear bodies that camouflage them to blend in with their environment. camouflage, 저기 뭐지? 환경하고 색깔을 맞추는 거 얘기하는 거지. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is an area of littered ocean about the size of Texas. Ocean currents between the United States and Japan consolidate the trash in one place, allowing it to pile up. Ocean currents between the United States and Japan 태평양에 consolidate the trash in one place, allowing it to pile up. This is one of many garbage vortexes throughout the ocean. Most of the animals that live in the deep ocean never see land in their lives. Okay, what's land? The greatest threat. Pollution of our oceans from pesticides and oil spills destroy ecosystems and cause dead zones like the ones in the Gulf of Mexico and the Baltic Sea. Tons of garbage is thrown into the ocean each year, which kills marine life. Overfishing is also a major problem. Right now, we are fishing the ocean at twice the level it can support. You are fishing the ocean at twice the level it can support. You are fishing the ocean at twice the level it can support. Overfishing is also a major problem. Right now, we are fishing the ocean at twice the level it can support. 해양이 서포트 할 수 있는 레벨의 2배를 우리가 낚시 잡는다고? 말이 안 되는데. Right now we are fishing the ocean at twice the level it can support. About 32% of the world's fisheries are overexploited and being depleted of fish, okay? However, we can change this through creating protected parts of the ocean, improving waste management, and enforcing sustainable fishing practices. Okay. Headwaters or river's source. Okay. River, canal, channel, river otter, crayfish, 가재 같은 거, dragonfly, frog, small fish, flathead catfish, bluegill, plankton and algae, leaves, fallen acorns and leaves, small fish, wood duck. Okay. Arrowhead. 화살마 같이 생겼네. floodplain, moose, tributary, decomposers, estuaries, groundwater. Okay, ecosystem of rivers. If the oceans are heartbeat of our planet, the rivers are its veins and arteries. Fresh water is vital to most life on Earth, and massive networks of rivers and streams transport these important resources throughout the world. Rivers begin in various places where rainwater builds up. Such as glaciers, snowy mountaintops, or ancient underground springs. Rivers can also start from easily accessible freshwater sources like lakes and wetland, where water runoff builds up and comes together to become a moving river. Rivers intertwine and mingle with each other, creating tributaries. Okay. Humans have depended on the natural resources provided by rivers. Humans have depended on the natural resources provided by rivers and have transformed them to use their water and movement as a tool. We have built dams, canals, and irrigation systems for farming. Rivers have provided a means of transportation, trade, and exploration throughout human history. Almost all large cities are built near rivers, from the ancient Egyptian pharaoh building their civilization near the mighty Nile to the Ming dynasty thriving in the delta of the Yangtze to present-day London, which still depends on the Thames. Rivers have allowed people to populate the world. Biggest benefits. Rivers provide fresh water to entire ecosystems. People and animals all over the world depend on rivers for water and food. Throughout human history, the fresh water of rivers have been used to irrigate crops. Rivers are also a source of energy, and the kinetic energy from the flowing current can be stored for later use. As the rivers move through the land, they picked up minerals that eventually end up in the ocean, providing nutrients to those ecosystems as well. Most of rivers' current flows beneath the surface, where it isn't visible and is sometimes much stronger and faster than it appears. Okay, the Mississippi River is still a major shipping route for many American industries today. The longest river in China, the Yangtze, supports the famous giant panda and Siberian crane. Most river animals live exclusively in freshwater, with the exception of a few special animals like salmon, which lives as adults in the salty ocean and swim upstream to spawn in the freshwater rivers. Most river animals live exclusively in freshwater, with the exception of a few special animals like salmon, which lives as adult in the salty ocean and swim upstream to spawn in freshwater rivers. Great threat. Flooding and erosion are a natural and a healthy part of a river's ecosystem, but when that natural flooding is disrupted by poorly managed building, floods can become catastrophic. Pollution and overfishing of rivers can also destroy river ecosystems and devastate nearby communities. Pollution in groundwater makes its way to the ocean, polluting the heart of the ocean our planet. Only through proper management and knowledge of ecology can we keep our rivers healthy and productive.